Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I've got some brand new BF5 multiplayer gameplay for you. So I'm in EA Play at the moment and I've been playing the game today, recorded some bits and bobs, and this is just going to be a very chilled out live commentary. I've cut together some of the coolest bits and new stuff, I suppose, that I couldn't show you in the video yesterday. So there you saw the new towing mechanic. So all you have to do really is, if you're in a vehicle, you just back up onto the thing that you want to tow, you press a button and then you can drive it along with you, and you can untow it as well if you want. And what I've done here is I've towed it a bit further into the level and I'm using the AA there to destroy the spawn planes. And it's funny actually, if you destroy the planes when people are still in them, you'll get the kill for that, but that's quite rare to see because people tend to jump out early on, so you don't often see that. But as I said, there are some new mechanics in this video that I couldn't get into the one yesterday because that was a sponsored video, which was just like an overview of the Grand Operations game mode. So there is some new stuff in here that you're going to see, like this for example. This is the new squad deploy screen, so you can switch between the members of your squad, and if you don't want to spawn on any of them, you will then hit redeploy, which I'll do in just a second, and that will take you back to the classic map screen. So here you'll be able to change your weapons. You can't change your weapons and equipment on the squad deploy screen, but it will get you back into the game faster, if that makes sense. So here I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that you can build, otherwise known as fortifications. And I actually dug a little hole there, and then I'm putting some sandbags around it, so this would be a good spot for a machine gun, for example. And here, building some more sandbags. This is kind of a wall, and I think that this would be in a more appropriate place than where that last one was. Kind of interesting really, like it feels a bit gimmicky to me at the moment, being honest with you, and I don't know if that's because people don't know about it or they aren't doing it. I mean, this is literally from half an hour. Everyone's just been playing the game for half an hour, so no one knows the map, no one knows where you can build or what you can build, so we'll see. I mean, you can't really get a good impression of what this is going to be like when the game's released, like in a live server. Like, are people going to actually use these things and build them? I think they will eventually, because this is something new for Battlefield, right? Like, you've never been able to do stuff like that before. And for the support players especially, who can build the weapons, like you can build machine guns and cannons and stuff. And these tank traps here, like, these are actually in a pretty decent location, and they would stop a tank from using that alleyway there. But there isn't really anything going on the map here at the moment, so if the attackers managed to advance to this section, then yes, this would have been useful. So maybe if this was Conquest and this particular road was always in use, then yeah, perhaps those fortifications would be useful there. Here's a new setting in the options called Future Frame Rendering, and some of the devs told me about this. Apparently, if you turn this off, it basically gives you a completely raw input on your mouse. So even in games like BF1, when you select raw input, there's still some kind of filtering going on, I think. But that completely disables it, so it'll give you like the true unfiltered raw mouse input. What you're seeing here is some of the new diving. And diving onto the back here. Crawling backwards, you can dive forward, left, right, back. But if you were paying attention, you would have noticed that you can't shoot straight away. You have to wait until your gun is up before you can start shooting. So no dolphin diving or anything like that. They've taken care of it basically. I tested this out, and you can't shoot for like a second after you've taken a dive, which is good, because you don't want a meta of people dolphin diving everywhere, because that's just annoying. Yeah, can you throw your own grenades back? No, you can't. Not at the moment anyway. I just wanted to test because I was thinking, well, you can throw enemy grenades back. Your own grenades? Not at the moment. A couple of kills here with the STG. It's the assault rifle in the game. Looking at the gunplay. This thing actually has quite a lot of recoil. When you're close up, you barely notice it, but Medium to long range, yeah, you can feel it. And there's some clips later on, you can see the bodies writhing around there on the floor. I don't think they're quite there just yet. Nice rocket though on that tank, get the kill. Hipfire doesn't work very well on assault rifles, even on some of the SMGs actually. Though there's not really that many weapons in this build of the game, it's very pre-alpha build. That's the new jumping or smashing through windows, I suppose. You can now do that, you don't have to knock the windows out. And you can actually tow stuff with this little thing too, it's like a bike. Come on, where is it? There it is. Just tow that guy around so he could use that while I was towing him if he wanted to. This is a contextual spot, so 3D spotting, very rare in the game now. But if you press Q, that actually puts a little marker that your squad can see, which I love. Absolutely love that. It's kind of like the Rainbow Six Siege system. Very useful. What am I doing here? Dropping a med kit. Oh yes, the visuals. So in the daytime version of this map, I think DICE have gone a bit too far with the visual effects, like the snow and stuff. It gets to a point where the visual effects are just a bit too much, so I think they need to be toned back a bit. Here you can see I've been killed, but I can actually move around 360 degrees and look around me. And there are some squad mates nearby and some medics, but unfortunately no one gets to me in time. But so you can look around 360 when you're down on the ground like that. This area here, this has been completely fortified and it's right at the front, so that'd be interesting. And this is a new animation. If you're jumping up to something that you can't reach, the dude actually puts his hand out now. It's just a bit of feedback. But there is a spot here. Yeah, there it is. I can just jump over there. But that entire area had been fortified, and that could be useful here looking at the destruction. So that's me rocketing it and then half-track driving through. And you can see it's all a bit stretched out now. It doesn't happen in like one frame anymore. And there is some more coming up too that you'll see. Paratroopers dropping in there. But look at this, crazy recoil on the SMG from that distance. Flare gun, new recon gadget. So this actually works. If you fire it up into the air, you get more coverage with it. So you can't just fire them onto the ground anymore. If you fire it up into the air, it will actually spot things on the minimap. I don't think it's a 3D spot though. This is just a cool clip. Didn't get the kill though, got the disable. Not enough damage. That would have been an interesting video clip to intro with. But here you see, look at all the visual effects. It gets so messy. But this is on ultra graphics with everything turned up, even motion blur turned on. A bit more destruction here. Just trying to see exactly what you can blow up. And that's the Sturm Tiger, I think. I don't know why that was there. They've disabled squad call. Like, there's a lot of things in this build that are disabled. Like, you can't drag bodies in this build. But that is still coming, apparently. Squad callings, like the V1 rocket is just like a... look at that destruction, it's cool. The V1 rocket is just a scripted thing in this build of the game. So you can't call it in. Like, that's the point. Like, tanks like this, I think, and the V1 rocket and the crocodile tank, they're supposed to be squad callings that you can actually get when you've accrued points as a squad, and you pick and you go, okay, I want that now. Boom. Woo. This thing hits hard. It basically, I can't remember who it was, someone said it's basically firing bathtubs out of its cannon. But it just demolishes. But look at these snow effects, man. That's too much, isn't it? I think that's way too much. But nice little streak here with the tank. But the vehicles don't have infinite ammo anymore, so you actually need to go and resupply with vehicles too, and that's going to really change up the gameplay of tanks. Drove into that house there. You can see all the other bits falling down afterwards. And there were a lot of things that just weren't in this build, but some bugs as well. You know, I saw some vehicles glitching out, some bodies glitching out. But just trying to take people out here. This is a bit of destruction. Just seeing what the limits are. You can see it's definitely different to BF1, that the way it all kind of breaks. What I should have done is put the dynamite inside and then explode it. But look at that, like, so hard to see that guy. I think they've gone way too overboard with the effects. Yes, it looks amazing, there's no doubt, but I think it, look at all this snow inside the house here. I think it's actually hampering the gameplay. So I'd like them to just tone that back a bit, and I know this is very, very early on, but that's too much. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I don't know. Well, I told you guys this would be a very chilled out commentary because I am very tired. I didn't sleep much at all. I got into LA at like 10 PM last night, and I had to finish off that video that I released earlier today, or would be yesterday when you guys see this, and then had to get up really early. So I haven't had much sleep after traveling 12 hours on a plane, which isn't good. But I enjoyed playing it today. It feels a lot different to BF1, I have to say. It's way more challenging. It's a much more challenging game for sure. The 3D spotting change is massive, absolutely massive. You've actually got to look for people. Look at the recoil here too on prone. A lot of kick on that gun, man. Like, I should have been bursting there really, even though it was prone. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, just the visibility again. Like, look at that. It's so hard to see those guys. But it certainly looks good. I've recorded some no HUD gameplay as well, so I'm going to do a no HUD video. Absolutely gorgeous looking game. Just running around these houses here with the Irma SMG. It's got like a red dot on it. Are takedowns in the game? Trying to figure it out here. Yes, they are. And then the house gets destroyed. Let's get out of there. Oh my god, it's popping off. Explosions everywhere. I saw a dude in there, so yep, rocket. Let's get some dynamite down. Cha-ching. Squad wipe. Nice little flank here coming up in the next clip. Get behind him. And that's an easy kill. Look at that, you can see even from that distance the gun is bouncing around a lot. But it's all learnable, so you'll get there in the end. And I think the time to kill seemed very quick in this game too. But I reckon that it's... the effect of it is more noticeable because people are running around on less health, let's say. Does that make sense? Because there's no auto regen, so you could be shooting at people who don't have any health, so they're going to go down very quick. So I mean, that attrition thing, you know, like not regenerating to full, not having ammo all the time, it makes a massive difference to the gameplay. You can still damage airplanes with light gunfire, still works. And then at the end you get this best squad screen thing where you can see the customization. And that's about it for today, guys. I know it was very chilled out, but some new features in there, some further impressions. I'm playing the game again tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be getting a lot more footage tomorrow so I can do like a massive gameplay video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for the great response on the video yesterday. Really appreciate it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments below. Leave me a like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.